Hey, welcome to another episode of Clear Lake Connections, where we talk to the people behind the businesses of Bay Area Houston. We are proudly sponsored by UTMB Health. Special guest today, Kevin Lardie. You are the general manager of Gay Family Auto. Tell us about this business, because it's been a part of the community for, it seems like, forever.
That's right. The Gay family, Carl and Marie Gay, started the business in 1948. They got the Pontiac franchise on Highway 3 there in Dickinson in 1950, and later added GMC in 1970. And during the 60s, they moved to the Gulf Freeway, first auto dealership on the Gulf Freeway back in the days, and have just grown the business from there. Still a family-owned organization, and just made it through a lot of interesting times, especially here lately. But the business is thriving, and yeah, things are going well.
Yeah, tell us about the last few years in the auto industry. It's been quite the ride.
Well, it has, and it started out wild for us after Harvey. We flooded, the entire facility flooded. We lost over 700 vehicles, and so we had to remodel and rebuild and reorganize our inventory during that whole situation. But then you had, we've had some strikes and other things that affected our inventory, and then of course the pandemic. And when that happened, nobody knew what was in store for the auto industry, or any industry for that matter. So there was a lot of panic. And fortunately for most people in the auto industry, it actually worked out okay. It's been a struggle with inventory, but we've survived financially well throughout it, made a lot of adjustments along the way. And now the whole business model of the automotive industry has really changed. It's more of a on-time delivery now versus having 400 cars on the ground for you to select from. So that's been a major adjustment. Just working with customers on how to sell them a car that's not there yet,
Yeah.
or order one for them, or sell them one that's in transit. So it's been an adjustment, not just for us, but for our consumers.
Yeah, and we're feeling it too on the credit union side, because people are wanting to buy these cars, but they're afraid of the rates going up. Mm-hmm. So we're allowing them to lock in a lot longer than we normally would have, kind of having to adjust the same way that you're having to adjust.
Yeah, and the manufacturers have done the same thing with price protection. If you order a vehicle or buy one that's in transit, but yeah, it's definitely a lot. I never thought we'd be selling cars this way, so it's definitely changed our model.
But it's working out.
It's working. Yep. It's quite frankly, it's a very more profitable model. If, for instance, you totaled a car today and needed a new one tomorrow, then that's a little bit of an issue. But we may or may not have what you need right away. But we're getting better at getting them here quicker. So
what's the average turnaround that you're seeing?
If you wanted to order a vehicle today, depending on what it is, it's probably a 6-week order process. However, if it's something really desirable, like a Yukon Denali Ultimate, I mean, it could be 6 months to a year, just because of the constraints and the backlog of orders.
So what is your best-selling car right now? What's your best-selling vehicle?
Well, the GMC Sierra is our best-selling car. We sell Kia and Buick, of course, also, and we sell, on the Kia side, the Telluride is really hot, along with all the other newer models that have come out, Sorento and Sportage and EV6 and Seltos. So a lot of new products hitting the market, and it's really been a wild ride here.
Yeah, when you drove up, I'm sure you saw our Kia that we bought from your dealership.
I do. I see them all around town. They're very noticeable.
Yeah, very a good car to wrap.
Yeah.
The Kia Soul, very good car to wrap. So how did you get into this business?
Well, I met the Gay family when I was in intermediate school, and they were living in Clear Lake, and we became friends, and started hanging out at the dealership before I could drive. They were big into racing, so I was a little bit of a gearhead back in the day, so I used to hang out there a lot and fiddle with our cars and all that. And so toured around with them when they were doing drag racing while I was in high school and college. And then after college, worked for a couple companies for a while, and then ended up deciding to make a career change. Well, in between that change, I thought, I'm just going to sell cars for a couple months. And 27 years later, I'm still still at it.
So what's your favorite part of working at the dealership?
Interacting with customers. I'm probably a little bit of an anomaly. I've been at the same dealership for my whole career in the automotive industry.
Very rare.
Yeah. So I have a lot of repeat customers, customers that I've sold from day one when I started working there. I worked on the service side for a couple of years as well, but a lot of those customers are still buying from me. Their kids are buying from me, their grandkids. So it's always nice to.
Yeah, it's in a lot of industries, like the automotive industry, it's kind of a churn model, whereas it sounds like you've unlocked the secret. You're not selling this car, you're selling the next 2 or 3 cars that
Sure.
family's going to buy.
Yeah, and I think that's true with any good salesman or manager. The customers, they're loyal to you or to the business, not always to the brand or the product, right? So they'll buy whatever you have if you take good care of them.
And how do you kind of how do you get your staff to buy into that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Some people get it, and some people are in it for themselves and for the money and all the other things that come along with it. But other people realize it's a career, not just a short-term job, and they build a book of business. They take care of their customers. They do great follow-up, and then they see the returns from that just by taking care of people. So you have to show them, it's not easy. And we do have a high turnover like every dealer in the salespeople category, but we also have quite a few that have been there a long time and are reaping the rewards of it.
So if a young person wants to get into the industry, how would they go about doing that, and what advice would you give them?
So interestingly enough, we see, especially in this area, a lot of kids that think they need to go to college and pursue a degree and all those things, when we really need more students coming out, especially on the automotive mechanics side, body shop, service, parts. There's a lot of money to be made in our industry. And if they can come out of school working on a vocational program or something like that and get in, we have interns for people like that. So there's great careers and great money to be made on that side of the business. And then the same on the sales. We take people from all aspects, all backgrounds, whether they're been in sales all their life or whether they're just fresh out of school and looking to do something. So we can start them out, whether it's a porter or parts runner or something like that, get them interested in the business, get them to see how things operate. And then, we're unique. Unlike a lot of big businesses, we do all our own training kind of on the job as you go. We do have some formal training that goes along with it, but there's not really any experience needed other than a good work ethic and a drive to want to succeed.
Well, and that helps you control your culture and better than if you have kind of this formalized training that you ship people off to.
Well, I think what our industry has found is you spend a lot of money on people, sending them to training, whether it's a month or 6 weeks or 2 months, and then their first week out on the job, they don't like it and they quit. And obviously that's a big investment that you've just lost out on. So if we can train them as we go, you can usually find out pretty quick if this is if
they're
going
to enjoy it or not.
Yeah.
So you guys have a really stellar reputation in the community. I know you're involved with a lot of community efforts, nonprofits. Is that important to the Gay family?
It is. They're a lot of the dealerships, even though they may have a name associated with them, they're probably corporate stores. So we're actually a family business, a third generation family business, and our owners live in the community, and it's important to be involved. Not just for selfish reasons for business, but also to give back to the community and reputation. So yeah, we try to be involved as many things as we can. It's hard to participate in everything, but we try.
Kevin, it's been a pleasure. Anything else you want to share about the dealership with the audience?
No, we just we love our customers, and happy to have been there as long as I have, and if I can help anybody, whether it's with anything, whether they're buying from me or not, I'm happy to do so.
Well, thanks.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.